Hello everyone, very good morning. We will start in another 2 minutes. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think we can get started. Let me share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
Visual input.
Okay. Okay. So I think couple of questions we want to discuss from the yesterday's assignment. Some of the people reached out, mainly question 4 and 5. Any other question which you guys have any doubt? I'll be discussing 4 and 5.
The 6.
Okay. Okay, let's discuss these three.
So on like for the first assignment, we have like you have provided the answers so that we can be double sure that.
Right.
So is there any of can you share the answers for all the questions so that we can verify our answers too?
Yes. I will share. I will upload all of them. So the reason I did not upload is the what happens if you are not getting the answer at first attempt. Immediately you will check the solution. So
Okay.
later I realized I will update later so that you try at least 2-3 times and after that you check the solution.
Yeah, makes sense.
But on the portal I will update all the answers. I already have the answer, so I will update on the portal.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So okay. Write a query to print department names where none of the employees have same salary. Okay, who can tell this? So basically, if you look at the department ID 100, we have 2 employees with the same salary, right? So this department doesn't qualify, right? Similarly, 200. Here also we have same salary, right? Is the question clear or any doubt in the question?
Oh, So you need to refer only employee table, Ankit, here.
No, we need
Because-
department names as well, but department ID we have. We will
Right.
we will get department name definitely.
Right.
But department IDs we can get from this table itself, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I'm able to count the number of employees, but like after that, I stuck there.
No, we need to get the department, right? So in department names where none of the employees have same salary, right?
Ankit, Deepak here. Actually, the question was a little confusing because if you see the question,
Mhm.
you have said print the name of department names where none of the employees. So
Mm.
where I got confused was when we have to group, should we group by department name or and by employee? That's where I got confused. Employee name. That's where,
Okay, so when I says none of the employees have same salary, right? So for example, in department ID 100, two employees have same salary. So this doesn't qualify, right? That's what I meant to ask in the question. Again, department ID 200, there are two employees with the same
okay,
salary.
got it. No, but I got confused because I considered employee name also. That's where I got confused. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So only department 300 and 500 will qualify. Anyway, they have only one employee, so it cannot repeat. But let's see if we have one more example. Let's take insert into EMP values 11. Department ID 500, 8,000, and let's insert for 300, and we have 8,000 manager ID, let's say 6, and employee age 52. So salary 7,000, I have made it 8,000, right? Okay, let's look at the employee table again. So if we look here, department ID 300, it has two employees, both of them have different salary, right? So this 300 should qualify as well as 500 should qualify, and then we can join with department ID on the department table to get the department name, right? So how we are going to solve this?
Ankit, this is Mani. I group by department name. Does it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Group by department ID, okay.
department name.
Okay, we can do department ID or department name, anything. Okay, we'll do, yeah.
Yeah, inner join department. Inner join
Mm-hmm.
department on using alias e dot dep ID
Right.
equal d dot dep ID.
Yeah, that's fine. What condition then you are putting here?
I'm not using like having count count distinct salary equals count the total salary count star.
Right. Or count one, we can say. Anything is fine. Right.
Yeah.
So if the salary is different for all the employees, the distinct number of salaries and the total count for that department will be same, right?
Yeah.
So in this example, if you see the distinct salary for department ID 100 are 3 because 10,000 is repeating, but number of records are 4. So this department will not qualify. Again here, if you see distinct salaries are 3, 12,000, 9,000, 5,000, but total number of records are 4. So it will not qualify. This will qualify because distinct salary and number of records are same, 2, 2. Again, this will qualify, 1, 1. So if I take department ID, I should get department ID 300 and 500, right? I got 300 and 500. If I want department name, I can just do left join or inner join I should do here. Let's do left join. DBT. E dot department ID. Okay. And I need department name now. So I'll just print D dot department name, and we'll have to use same in the group by. So I think for 5 we don't have department name, but yeah, that record is not there. So that's why we have null and HR. In fact, we can take E dot department ID as well here. So because I'm taking E dot department ID, I will have to put this in group by as well. Right? Department ID to department name is 1-to-1 mapping. So even if we take both, the answer will be same.
Dot in select before department name. And
Okay. Okay. So 500 and 300 and department name is not present, and this is HR. Is this question clear? Any doubts in this question?
but I'm getting only HR in department name.
Yeah, because you would have done maybe inner join, and this 500 was not there in department table, right?
Yeah, I did inner join.
Yeah, so that's why it is not coming, which is fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, write a query to print subcategories where we have all 3 kinds of returns. I think this one no one asked. 5th one, no people asked. Okay, write a query to print subqueries where we have all 3 kinds of returns. It is simple, right?
Yeah.
Let me take this query. So what we are saying, we are doing grouping on return reason. Okay, now we have got return reason for all of the subcategories. So O dot subcategories. Category, right? And we have return reason. Remove this. Okay. So if a subcategory has all 3 kinds of return reason, what will happen? We can say group by subcategory O dot having count of distinct return reason should be equal to 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is it. I need to remove this, right? Yeah. So we have got these 12 subcategories. All 3 kinds means distinct of return reason should be 3. I hope this is clear as well. Let's move on to the 6th one. Write a query to find cities where not even a single order was returned. Okay. Can someone tell me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'll take city.
Group by city.
Group by city.
Okay. Then what I need to do?
Count
left.
of
Yeah, please. Yeah, count star as order completed.
Sorry,
Select count star.
Okay. I need find cities. So I'm taking city in the select. Why you
Yeah.
need count here?
Yeah, after city I am saying. City and then count. Left join.
Okay.
Return yeah, the same thing. We can remove having and all.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I tried.
This will give you count for each city, right?
Okay.
We need cities where not even a single order was returned.
We can check
So we need to use where
where return orders are less than
dot
one.
order ID is null.
Sorry,
Where count of returns are less than one. We can do this.
where or having?
Having count less than one. After
You
joining
mean 0.
0, yeah, 0.
Having count of what?
Count of returns.
Return reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let's put this first here. Just comment this. Okay. Okay, so if you look at it here, for the cities where there is no return, the count of return reason is coming 0, because for all of them, the return reason will be null. So wherever for the orders, we are joining on order. So whichever order is not returned, return reason is 0, right? And if, return reason is null. And when we do count, the null will be ignored. So if there is for the city, so let's look at Coral Springs, right? Show you. Where city equal to Coral string. Let's take the other one as well. Okay, and I am going to take return reason. And this is also going to do this. Okay. So if you look at it here, we have so many orders from Coral Springs, right? But you see, there is no returned order for this. All of them are null, right? If I take order ID from the return table, it will be null, right? It means none of these orders are returned. So the return reason is coming null. So when I'm grouping on city, right, this Coral Springs, and taking count of return reason or count of order ID from return table, it will come 0, right? If at least one order is returned, we will have at least one count, right? Let's say there was only one order, this order was returned, then at least count 1 will be there when I do count of return reason. So if I put a filter where count of return reason equal to 0, which means there was not even a single order returned, right? Right? I hope that is clear. So I will just go back and say group by city having count of r dot return reason equal to 0, right? And just remove this as well.
Sir, the second one should not qualify now because in this there is a return reason wrong items.
Right. So it will not come. This will not come. This will not come. So you, okay, let's put this filter and see what is coming. Okay. See, that is not coming. Only Coral Springs is coming, right? Am I right? I was showing the result without this filter. Got it?
Yes.
Yeah. So that city is not coming. So only the cities where there's nothing is written, only those cities will come here. Okay. Okay. So I think we are good with the assignment. I will upload later all the solutions. Yeah. Okay.
Ankit, just one doubt, Ankit.
Yeah.
for this, whatever you solved just now,
Mhm.
instead of doing having, can we
Mhm.
just do the normal thing like select that city from orders, left join returns.
Mhm.
We'll join it on order ID and then we can check where order ID is null, right? That will also give the same thing,
Yes.
right?
No, that will not give the same reason. So let's say you have this city, order ID, city, and return reason. Okay. Okay. So order ID 1, city Bangalore, and you have so there are two orders for this city, order ID 1 and order ID 2. Okay. For one, we have some return reason and one is not returned. And one is null, not returned. Now, if you put a filter where return reason is null, is not null, right? That's what you are saying.
Saying where where order ID is null.
Yeah, order ID will be coming from return table only, right?
Correct, correct.
So if you say then Bangalore will be qualified, right? So you can say where return reason is not null. You mean to say not null, right? What do you want to put in where clause? Tell me.
I just
No,
want to put like where I dot return ID is null.
Yeah. So if I do is null, then Bangalore will be qualified, right? This record.
Yes.
But there is a return in the Bangalore. So when I'm talking about city, I have to look at all the orders of Bangalore. And when I put a filter on where clause, it is row wise. It will not look at
Row-wise, got
all
it,
the
got it.
orders.
Got it, got it, got it.
Okay.
Okay, so that becomes always a confusion. You should put where or having. So you need to look at the question carefully. Are we talking about at row level or are we talking about at some grouping? Here we were talking about at city level, that which cities have none of the orders returned, right? So I cannot look at row wise.
Yeah, Ankit, this I got, but for the previous one, right, when you're talking about all three kinds of returns, others, bad quality, wrong returns, for that we can use the where clause, right?
So I want there should be all three kinds of returns,
Correct.
right?
Correct. We can do the same thing, like select subcategory return from orders, left join returns on that order ID, where return reason in, we can put the thing, right? The three things, right?
Okay, this will not work. Again, I will tell you. Good questions. In and you will put all three, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, let's say you have this subcategory, right? Subcategory 1. Subcategory 1. Okay. So we have return reason as others and we have return reason as wrong item, right? But we don't have a return reason, the third one, bad quality, right? Now, if you put this filter, these two records will be qualified. No. So if you filter, okay. So if you look at the subcategories, we don't have a wrong, bad quality return. That is not there. Only others and wrong items are there. So if you put this filter, these two records will be qualified.
I got it. So again, this is you have to consider having only. Okay.
Right.
I got confused. Okay.
Again, I'm talking at about subcategory level.
Okay, this is a little confusing.
Right.
Got it.
Right. That's why I spent so much time yesterday explaining where and having.
Yeah.
Not just you,
Thank you.
everyone gets confused.
Mhm.
So you have
Yeah,
to
okay,
practice
thank
and understand the question. There is no magic rule. You have to carefully read the question and understand what it is asking. Okay.
Thanks, Ankit.
Okay. So let's look at the employee table again today. Okay. So far we have seen that we are joining two different tables. So for example, we were joining employee table with department table, right? Earlier we joined order table and return table on order ID, right? So generally we have some relationship between two tables. So in this case, the relationship is on department ID. In the orders and return, the relationship was on order ID. In both the tables we have order ID. Here in both the tables we have department ID, and not necessarily column should be same. But there can be instances when the table is referencing to itself. So for example, just look at the employee table. I will remove the department table for now. If you look at it here, we have employee ID, employee name, department ID, salary, manager ID, and employee age. In this table, if you see, this manager ID is referring to the employee ID itself of this table, right? Which means if I want to know who is the manager of Ankit, manager ID 4, which is employee ID of this table, Rohit, right? So Ankit's manager is Rohit. So this table, this column is referencing to the other column of the same table, right? Now there can be lot of questions asked on this. So let's say what I want to know the manager name of each employee. So I want to print employee name and manager name, right, of each employee. So the answer will be Ankit and manager name will be Rohit, right? Second record, employee name is Mohit, and what would be his manager name? Manager ID 5, which is again, we'll go here and say Mudit, right? Or maybe I want to see the salary of the manager, right? So everything will be done within this table. Okay. So in these kind of scenarios, we use cell join. Cell join is not some different join. Like we have only these kinds of join, whatever we discussed yesterday, inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. But when I join a table with itself, that is when it is called self join. Using inner join and left join or these kinds of join only, I will join the table twice, but I will call it as self join. Self join is just a terminology. There is no a different kind of join, something called self join. No, it's not there, right? So let's see how we can do it. So this is my question for now, that I want to print employee name and manager name. Okay, let me open the Excel and explain this a bit. Not this one.
Pankaj, but how do we get to know that the manager ID is referring the same table itself?
So whenever someone is asking this question, they will tell you.
Okay. This will be provided earlier, right? That
Right.
manager
right.
ID is referring to the same employee ID itself only.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take this table here. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I will take two instances of this table, right? Because I need to join this table with itself. Let's take two instances. So I'm taking one more instance here. Okay. Now just consider these as two different tables. Okay. For the understanding, just assume these are two different tables, right? So now to get the manager name of Ankit, what I should do? Tell me. So let's say this is EMP1 and this is EMP2. We have two tables separately. Just forget about self join. We have two tables, EMP1, EMP2. Now my question is, I want to print employee name and manager name. Now with your joins knowledge, tell me what should I do?
Uh,
A
do
dot
a-
employee one.
Take the employee ID from the employee one and
Okay.
compare with the.
You
And
need
manager
to
name
join
from
the
employee.
employee ID and the employee ID of employee 1 and manager of employee 2.
True.
Okay, so I should join this with this.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
employee-
Employee ID and manager.
Okay, so you are saying employee ID of this and manager ID of this. Then employee name I should take from which table? Which table will be employee name and from which table will be the manager name? So you are
Employee
saying
name will
I will
be
put a
from
join.
EMP.
Let
No,
me-
no.
Let me
Other,
put a join. What you guys are saying, employee 1 dot employee ID equal to EMP2 dot manager ID, right? That's what you guys are saying. Now tell me, after this join condition, what will be the employee name? EMP1 dot employee name will be the employee name, or how I will get employee name, manager name?
See, against first, manager ID, first table manager ID, you can take another table employee ID.
Yeah.
And from the second table, you can take a name that will be the name of a manager. Like against 4, we have Rohit from the other table.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. So what I will do, I will join
Manager.
this column with this column. Right. So I will say EMP1 dot manager ID equal to employee 2 dot EMP ID. Okay. Okay. Now what will happen? So I'm going to join this with this, right? So this is my employee name, which I will take as it is, right? So this will be my EMP1 dot EMP name. This is my employee name. Now what will happen? This 4 will be joined with this, right? So basically this row will come and sit here virtually, right? So this name will become my manager name. So I can say EMP2 dot EMP name as manager name. Now look at the second row. Again, manager ID 5. This will go here and join with this, isn't it? And virtually this record will be sitting here. And I can say the Mudit is the manager of Mohit, right? So I will get Mudit here. Again 4, again it will join with this, and 4 and Rohit will come and sit here again, and I will get the manager name of Vikas Rohit. And similarly for all the records. Is it making sense?
Yes.
We'll see this in action, but is it making sense so far?
Explain this once again. Can you
Yes.
explain again?
Yeah. So we have two tables. Just forget about self join or anything. We have just discussed inner join yesterday, and let's talk about it. So we have two tables. Okay. Both are same tables, but that is the only condition. Both are exactly same tables. Okay. I want to print the employee name and their manager name. How I will get manager name? So in the same table, if I have manager ID, right? This manager ID is nothing but the employee ID of this table, right? This manager ID is the employee ID of this table. This manager ID is referencing employee ID of this table. Like I told you, it is not necessary that column name should be same, right? So basically manager ID is employee ID of this table. So what I'm going to do, I will join these two tables and say E dot manager ID equal to employee 1 dot manager ID equal to employee dot employee ID, right? So this column and this column I'm joining. So for example, we joined on order ID or we joined on department ID in our second scenario yesterday, right? Here I'm joining on manager ID employee 1 dot manager ID equal to employee dot EMP ID, right? So these two columns I'm joining. So when I join, what will happen? Manager ID 4 will be joined with this record of this table. And I will get 4 Rohit and all this row here virtually, right? 4 will be joined with 4 and I will get the name of this employee. And this employee is the manager of this employee. So I got the manager name. Isn't it? Again, this manager ID joined with this employee ID, right? And I got the manager name as Mudit. In this table, it is an employee name only, but this ID is the manager of Mohit. So if I get the name of this ID, I got the name of the manager.
So if we did the condition that was said earlier, like employee 1 dot employee ID is equal to employee 2 dot manager ID, then we would have multiple rows for one record, right? Matlab, in the
No,
virtual table.
that also would have been fine. In that case, we will say employee 2 dot employee name will be the employee name and EMP 1 dot EMP name is manager name. It would have been reverse.
Okay.
Right?
Can you clarify that example as well also once?
Yeah.
With the table part, like how the rows will be reflecting them.
It is same thing, right? So,
Yeah.
okay. So the condition will be employee 1 dot, what is our condition? This is our current condition. Let's try to change it. It is same thing. If you see, both tables are same. It doesn't matter if I take this or this, but just for clarity. So if I say employee 1 dot EMP ID equal to EMP 2 dot manager ID, right? That's what you are saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can just put this table in the left and it is then same thing. Ultimately, tables are same. How does that matter? Right?
Got that. Yeah, yeah.
It is same thing. Exactly same. It is just then you have to decide from which table you have to take employee name. Got it?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let's see this in action. Okay. So I'm going to say select star from employee. Okay. Let me call it as E1. Inner join, and I'm joining on this table itself. So same table I am joining with itself, right? Employee E2 on E1 dot, that's what we are saying, right? This is my E1, this is E2, E1 dot manager ID, right? E1 dot manager underscore ID equal to E2 dot employee ID, right? This is it. Now in the select, what I want, let's take E1 dot EMP ID, right? And I'm taking E1 dot employee name as employee name, E1 dot EMP name, and sorry, E1 it is, and E2 dot employee name is my manager name. Where is return reason? Okay.
Manager name is the spelling is wrong.
Okay, spelling mistake here, but that will run anyway. Okay. So if we look at Ankit, the manager name is Rohit, right? Ankit, Rohit, Mohit, Mudit, Mohit, Mudit. Vikas, Rohit. Vikas, Rohit. Is this looking good or confusing still?
Just
This
one thing,
looks good.
Ankit. No, this concept is fine, but
Hmm.
in real application, where will we? I'm kind of reference the same table. Will we have some kind of application like that? Or?
Yeah, this is a good example of your self-referencing, right? You can have an employee table where in the same table you can have manager ID, right? In the real time also. In any company database, it is possible, right? It's a good database design. Why you have to create a separate table? You can put employee ID here itself. And there will be scenarios in real life, other questions that I will share, you will realize that this will come many times.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And very important in terms of interview also. This question was mostly asked if you are giving any SQL interview. Okay. Now there can be more questions around it now. So someone can ask me, tell me the employees whose salary is more than their manager's salary. Okay. Would anyone like to try? I want to print the employee names whose salary is more than their manager's salary.
Same condition, I think the first table dot salary greater than the second table salary.
Right, exactly. So we have to just put the same thing. I'll put a where condition where E1 dot salary is greater than E2 dot salary. E2 dot salary is nothing but manager's salary, right? So here Rohit came. Along with that, we can get the manager's salary as well. So Rohit and salary is 5,000, right? And once I have this, I can say, give me the employee where salary is greater than manager's salary, right? I'll just say where E1 dot salary is greater than E2 dot salary. So there are three people whose salary is more than their manager's salary.
Ankit, I have one question, another question is analysis. Like sometimes, like in this pictorial presentation, right? We are make sure that okay, from which table you need to take the manager, which table will take the employee. Sometimes by reading the questions, right, we means my term, like I got confused, like which column I should. There is any thumb rule, like in a cell join, how to analyze which column will take from first table and which column will take from second table, something
So
like
what I always do, I just put these tables together, right? If you are just looking at one table, it is confusing. You just put two instances of it and analyze it. So if
Okay.
you cannot, in the here also you can just do select star from this table twice, and then it will be clear. When we look at two tables, so our mind is naturally looking at two tables easily and relate them, right?
Right.
So just run two instances of the table and just think about it, and it will be clear that I should join manager ID with the employee ID.
Right.
Right. So just put these tables on a piece of paper or anywhere, whatever possible.
No.
And then it becomes very easy. Okay, are we good on the self join? Okay, and here we can do left join or right join, whatever we want to. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, hi Ankit. I'm Santanu.
Yeah.
So I'm getting confused here in self-join. Can you please explain it again? I mean, if you can summarize it.
Yeah. So now this is our employee table, right? Let's look at here only now. So this is my employee table. Okay. I want to know employee name along with their manager's name from this table. Okay. Now how I will get manager name? I have the manager ID, and this manager ID is nothing but the employee ID of this table. So which means for Ankit, who is the manager? Rohit. Right?
Yeah.
So now I have created two instances of the table.
Okay.
Okay. What I am saying, I will join these two tables and I will say I will join on this table's manager ID equal to this table's employee ID, right? So when I join these two tables on these columns, manager ID, employee ID, so 4 will be joined with this record, right?
Okay.
And I will say employee name is Rohit and Rohit is the manager of Ankit.
Got it. Got it.
Got it? And that's what I'm doing. If you see in the query,
So basically, we are joining the manager ID with employee ID, right?
right. So if you see here, E1 dot manager ID equal to E2 dot employee ID.
Okay.
And E2 dot employee name is manager name.
Okay. Aliases are important, right? Aliases are important to give the aliases.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you don't give aliases, it will be all gone, right? It is all same.
Yeah, they will get confused. They will get
Yeah.
confused, right? From which ID have to take.
In this, though, without alias, you cannot work. In other things, you
Okay.
can give at least full table name, but here, though, without alias, it won't work.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. And when giving alias, you can just give employee space even, or you can even give employee as even. Both works.
Okay. One thing to ask you, alias's name can be anything, right? Or it can be
Yes.
E1 or A, B, C,
No.
that.
It can be anything. I can just put M here, E and M. Anything.
It can be it can be numbers also, or combination of numbers. I mean, numbers and letter also.
It cannot start with numbers. Like 1E
Okay.
will be a problem, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
But it can be alphanumeric, should start with the character.
Okay.
Like E1,
Got it.
E2. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So similarly, here you can put as even. Similarly, in the column names also, you can just put as to give alias name, or you can just give space manager name. That also will work. So both the places it is same. You can use as, or you can just give space and the alias name.
So both will be remain same actually.
Yeah, both are same. Both works.
Okay. And what we did here in E1 dot salary is different, right? I mean, this like alias is different. I mean, E1 dot salary.
Yeah, E1 is employee first table. So I'm saying the employee salary is greater than E2 dot salary. E2 is the manager ones, right?
Okay. No. Like I got that actually. I'm talking about the way of the putting the aliases here in E1 dot salary.
Right.
So can
This
I
is
put
a-
it like this? E1 space salary. I mean, E1 and then
No.
bit of-
This will be like this
No.
only. E1 dot salary. There's no other way.
okay,
Alias
okay.
name dot column name.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
It's
select
compulsory, right?
statement also we have to use dot only.
Yeah. So wherever you are referring to the columns, you have to put alias name dot column name or table name dot column name.
Okay, this is the concept basically, right?
Yes.
So wherever there is a column name, we have to put the dot.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. Are we good here? Let's try it yourself later in the day. Okay, just put these tables together in a piece of paper or Excel, whatever comfortable you are with, and try to answer some of the questions without looking at my query. What are the employee name, manager name, salaries? You can just print employee salary, manager salary, right? Or you can do a lot of things like employee age is greater than or less than manager's age, right? All these kinds of questions can be built. Okay, but the concept is same. Once you are able to join, then you can put different filters, whatever question is according to that. It is on salary or age or whatever other columns you can add in the employee table. You can have date of birth and you can compare that manager's date of birth is before employee date of birth. All these kinds of questions can be asked in interviews. But concept is same. The moment you join it, you have everything and you can just put a where condition. Okay. Let's move on from the cell join. So from the joins point of view, we have covered, I think, all the joins. Inner join, left join, right join, full outer join. We will practice more questions. I will give more questions. But from the concept point of view, we have covered cross join and cell join as well. Okay. Now let's look at some of the very interesting functions. Okay. So let's start with the string aggregate function. So let's do this. Let's start from employee. Okay. So this is
Ankit,
my
sorry,
employee.
Ankit, sorry to Deepak here. Yeah,
Yeah.
just one thing before you go to the string functions. Actually, yesterday I just revisited the recording. There was one point where you were talking about many to one, one to many. That you were talking about something, right? That relationships, many to one, one to many, many to many. That point actually I didn't catch
Okay.
that point. So
Did
you'll
you
be revisiting it later
check?
or?
Yeah, did you check that video I have attached in the folder? There were two
Okay,
YouTube videos.
okay, let me go through that. Yeah, I didn't go through that.
Yeah, I'll discuss that question again during the weekend, but I want all of
Sure,
you
sir.
to pause those two videos before that.
Okay, I'll go through that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it will be clear, absolutely clear. Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about employee table, and like we have been doing aggregation, right? So like for example, if I want every salary in a department, I will say department ID, average salary from employee as average salary. Group by department ID. So this will give me average salary, right? And we have seen that we have been using average, min, max, all these kinds of functions. Only these we saw, right? Min, max, average, count, right? These are the functions, and we know that this works on count, average, min, max. These all four function works on integer or decimal numbers, right? But when it comes to date and strings, only min, max works, right? Now let's say there is a requirement where you want to print all the employee names of each department, right? Let's start from employee. What I want to print all the employee name of a department. So basically this is what I want. I want department ID. And second column is list of employees. So basically it will be like 1, comma, and here I have all the employees in this department, right? So Ankit, maybe comma separated values I want, or whatever, Ankit, Mohit, Vikas, like if I want to generate some report or something, this is a quite common scenario that I want 1 and all the employees within that. So this is also a kind of aggregation, right? Because for each department ID, I have only 1 record, and for that we have all the employees, right? This is also kind of aggregation, but instead of doing count or min max, I am aggregating all the values of a column name. I'm concatenating all the values of a column name. So in this case, employee name, right? So this can be achieved using string aggregate function. So we can say select department ID, instead of average salary, I will say string aggregate, right? And I'm saying aggregated, what I should aggregate? Employee name, right? Let's do this and see what is coming. Why we have request to argument? Okay. Second argument is what should be the separation. So I want to separate it by comma. Let's run this. You see, all the names are coming as list of employees, right? I can give pipe. So if I give pipe, it will be pipe separated, all the employee names. You can give any character here and it will just concatenate all the employee names by that character. So now colon. So there is no limitation. You can put anything. Okay.
So is it same as group concat?
Right. In some of the databases, it is group concat. In SQL Server, it is string aggregate. Okay.
Ankit, I had a question. String aggregate and list aggregate. What are the differences here?
Same thing. List aggregate, in some databases, it is list aggregate. So for in Postgres and Redshift and some of the databases, it is list aggregate. In SQL Server, it is called listing aggregate. They are
Yeah,
all
in
same
Oracle.
functions.
Yeah, in Oracle it's list aggregate.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Ankit, thank you so much.
yeah, it is same. Okay. Now, what happens is, let's say you want to sort these in some particular order. So for example, here Ankit, Mohit, Vikas, Rohit. Now here Mudit, Agam, Sanjay, Ashish, right? So if you want to sort with something, that it should be in alphabetical order, or you can sort by salary, that whoever has less salary should come first, and then according to that, right? So in some of the databases, we have to do order by here, and the on what I want to do order by, let's say salary, right? So for example, Redshift, you can give like this, right? In some of the databases, but I think in SQL Server it is different. Let's check. String aggregate equals what? So whenever in doubt, Google is there to help you. Mm. SQL Server, do we have a limitation? It is saying it should work, but it's okay. This is in Postgres. Okay. Okay, we have this one within group order by this. Okay. If you see in Postgres, it is simple like this. You can just do order by product. In our case, order by employee name or salary. But here in SQL Server, you have to do within group order by. So I'll just copy this. Employee name, right? And let's run this now. So if you see, these are alphabetically sorted list of employees. So we are saying within group, within each group, which means within each department ID, order by employee name and aggregate, right? So they are now aggregated. You can even do order by salary, right? So the lowest salary employee will come first. So if we look at department 100, the lowest salary employee is Rohit, 5,000, right? In 100. So Rohit is coming first, and then Vikas and Ankit, right? And then Mohit. Is that clear? This is a very important function in terms of you will be using it a lot in your day-to-day life whenever you are working on SQL, and a good candidate for interview as well.
With one question, if we want to list the salary in descending, like we have, like Rohit is the lowest
Yeah.
salary one, no? Then we would be sending it after salary. Okay.
Yes, DESC. By default ascending. If you want to do descending, just put DESC. You can even put ASC, but by default it is ASC, but some people like to put it, you can put it. Okay. Okay, let's move on to some more functions. We'll talk about date functions. Okay. Select from orders, right? I'll take order ID, order date for now. Okay. Okay, let's look at some of the very important and very interesting date functions. So I have asked you many questions in the assignment that you want, orders placed in year 2020. So what we are doing, we are giving a range, right? That from 1st January 2022 till 31st December 2022, give me all the orders, right? What if there is a way to get the year of that date? If I get the year of the date, I can just put, okay, the year should be 2020 or 2022, whatever you want. Okay. So we have this date part function. Okay. So whenever I have to create new column in SQL, just put a comma and derivation for that column, right? It can be anything like division or like we discussed, any arithmetic operations, or we can use functions as well, right? So I can say date part. So date part is a function which is saying, give me some part of the date, right? What part? I want year, right? So first parameter is year. So a function can expect one or more parameters. So for date part, I have to give two parameters. That first is obviously I want year. Second, from which column you want year, right? And then I can give alias as year of order date. Any alias I can give, right? If I run this, I got year, right? So 2020, 2019. Now simply in where condition also I can put this where. In where we don't need alias. So if you need orders from 2020, you don't have to give full range. You can just say where date part of order date year is 2020, and you will get all the orders placed in 2020. Right? Life becomes easy. Isn't it? Isn't it cool?
Ankit, just one thing. This will work if provided that order date or whatever that column is as per the recommended date format that you are mentioning, right? That YYY.
The data type should be date or date type. Right? It is on data type. That's what. So initially I was saying, why can't we keep everything varchar? So if we keep everything varchar, we can't use all of this, right? Obviously, one problem is we will have performance issues if everything is varchar. But all this liberty of using date functions and string integer functions will go away, right? All the comparison in integer, right? So that's why it is important to give the data types right when designing the table. So order date is a date, and because it is a date data type, we can use these date functions. If it is a string, we cannot use date function.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
So here is integer data type is of integer data type.
Yes, the moment we take out year, it becomes an integer data type. So year is an integer data type. Okay. Okay, and obviously we cannot. Can we do this? Will this work?
No, sir.
It will not work because where clause is executed first, right? Okay, so this will not work at all. Now, if you can get year, you can get a lot of other things. Why just year? I want month, right? Let's get month as well. So we have got month. This is the 11th month, 6th month, right? 4th month. And we have a lot of other values which we can pass. We can pass day of week, which means not day of week. Let's take week. So we have the week. This is which week of the year, right? One more thing you see, I gave the same column name, but still it is working, right? So it is just printing the same column name for all the columns. This works, but within a same table, when you are creating table, you cannot give same column name twice. It will give you error that column name is twice. But when writing select statement, you can give a column name twice. There can be other issues which we will talk when we come to subqueries and all, but for now you can give, but it doesn't make sense again, right? Why you will give same column names to different columns? right? So this is 46th week of the year. Okay, there are a lot of other parameters that you can pass, and we can get a list from here. Date part equals server. Okay, this is, I don't know. So we have all these options: year, quarter, month, day of year, week, weekday, right? Hour. If you have a timestamp, you can get hour, minute, second, microsecond, everything, right? So another thing is you can pass as these variables as well. So either you can pass year or you can pass y. That also works. So if I do y, that also works. This is also working. If you give y, what will happen? You will get only that also works. Y also works. So you can give either, for example, if you want quarter, you can get quarter or QQ, month or MM or M. All these works. Right? Any doubt here?
Ankit, how to get the month name rather than the month number?
Month name, do we have the function? I don't think so. No, we don't have month name, I think. Let's
I
try.
think we can give MMM, 3 M's.
Okay, is it? Let's try.
See.
No, it is not working. MMM.
Can't we use date name? Date name function.
MMM is not working, right? Let me give in single quotes if that works. Not sure. No, it's giving error already.
Can't we use date name function?
I think date name.
Yes, sir.
Let's try date name. So it is saying give interval and date. Let's try date name. Okay, so this function is clear, right? No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have one doubt, like this date data type is always will have the format like YY, MM and DD, right?
Right. When
But-
you see in
but
the
in-
output,
Yes,
yeah.
but in Excel, we generally swap the month and date. So how do we tackle that?
So when you import it, right? When we were importing it in the SQL Server, if you have followed the earlier videos, the SQL Server will identify them that this is a date and this is the format, whatever. But when it is once in the database and you see the date in the output, it will always be stored in this format.
Okay.
While importing, it can be any format, but when you see, it will be this format by default. Okay.
Ankit,
Okay,
I
let's
had a
look-
question.
Yeah.
Ankit, I had a question. For the order date, can I get a sys date? I mean, these are older dates, right? So can I get a sys date? Is today's date?
Yeah, that get date function is there, right? So let's take, instead of order date, I can give get date, right? And if I run this now, I will get year of get date. So everything is 2020 now, right? 2022.
Oh, thank you, Ankit. Thank you.
So it is year of get date, basically. Yeah. Okay, so we are trying date name function. Date name, we have to pass two parameters, right? So I have to pass month and order date. Let's say what happens. Okay, so we have the full name here. Great. I have never used this function, date name, as month name.
I think this will be a string, right, Ankit?
This will be a string. So this is a string.
Okay.
Yeah. And what will happen if we put year? what it will give. I think it will give as it is, right? There's no
That will-
year name as such.
Yeah,
For
it's-
week and all, it will work, I think. It is same. Let's put week. And it will give Sunday, Monday, I think, right? Okay, this is week number. So we have to put day of week.
Weekday.
Weekday.
Day of week, I think. Yeah, day of week, no.
The weekday.
Weekday, okay.
Just day.
Weekday is working,
Just-
I think. Not sure. Let's see. Yeah, this is working. Week name. Okay, so you can always look at this list. Where's this list? Yeah. So this is a weekday, right?
If you want to see the difference between 2 days means what you can use.
Yeah, coming to that. Coming to that. Next function is that only. But this is fine, right? No issues. Okay. Let's move on to the second function. So this is all date part. So I'm going to just comment it for now. I'll take it on top for now. Okay, let's take ship date as well here. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to, add something or subtract something from a date, right? Let's look at one date only for now. And what I want to add year or month or week in a date, right? So for that, we have date add function. Now in date add function, you have to tell again that what you want to add. You want to add number of days or you want to add number of weeks. So I want to add days. How many? 5 days. To which? To order date. As order date 5. Right? If you see 8 plus 5, 13. 11 plus 5, 16. So now date part function required only 2 parameters. The date part which you want and the date, that's it. But if you want to add date, then you have to pass 3 parameters. First, you have to tell what you want to add. Number of days. If I change it to week, right, it will add 5 weeks. It will add 5 weeks to order date. Right? And all of these parameters that we discussed there, week, month, everything we can pass here as well, right? So if I run this, if you see 8, and this is now in December, right? So we added 5 weeks. 12, 6, 17, 7. So almost 35 days added. Right? Now, let's say you want to go back, right? You want to go back, you want to subtract 5 days or 5 weeks. How you will do? We don't have a different function.
Minus you have to
Minus
give
sign.
the minus.
Right. You can just say -5 and it will just add -5 to the order date, which will go in past. So you have 8 and you have now 3. Right? Okay, let's look at our one more date function, date diff function. Okay, so what date diff function does is if you want to find the difference between 2 dates, so we have ship date, right? Let's comment it for now. So I want to see how many days it took from order date to ship date. So once you place the order, after that, if you see 3 days it took to ship the order. So I want to see that difference, right? So for that we have date diff function. Date diff Now in date diff again, you will have to pass 3 parameters. One, how you want to see the difference. You want to see the difference in days? Yes, I will put day. Then you have to put both the days. So the first date, order date, okay, and the second date, ship date. So you have to put first date first and the ship date then, okay, as date diff in days. So we have got 3 days, 4 days, between 12 and 16, right? 7 days. Right now again you can get this difference in weeks or months. How many weeks between order date and ship date? So if they are in same week, it will be 0. If they are in different week, then you will get the difference between the weeks. So if you see these are in same weeks, so it is 0, right? And this is 1.
Ankit, like instead of using this, like you can extract the day, what do you call the day parts from the both the dates and just do a minus also, it will work out, right?
So date part, what you will take? Date part.
I'll take the what you are doing, but days we are taking, right? So let's say this is on which day, 8th, right? It's only 11. So then I can do a minus on that.
But what if they are different months?
Okay. So it is considering all the hierarchy in the date diff? Like,
Right. Even if they are different years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. We had some cases where we had different years, but it will all take care of it. We don't have to worry about anything. But if you use minus and all those things, we will have some issues when year is changing or the month is changing, right?
Right. I got it.
Yeah. So we have day of year also. So for example, it is the 100th day and 110 days. That will work if you want to see number of days between 2 dates, right? But again, if year is changing, again you will have issues. For month changing, it will take care of it. But again, if year is changing, that will go for a toss. So it is always good to use these functions because they are available. Why not use them?
Right. Got it.
Right. And you can use day, week, month, year, whatever you want difference. And if you do year, most of them will be 0 because they are in all same year, order date and ship date. Right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is our main 3 date functions. Okay. Now look at some more functions. Okay. There are some more functions we will discuss, but today I want to discuss case when. Very, very important. Okay. So let's move on to the case when. So I'll again select start from orders. Okay. And let's talk about only 2 columns, order ID and profit. Okay, now if you have done any kind of programming, you would have seen if else statement, right? Generally, if else statement is a condition that if profit is less than 100, then you can say this is low profit. Right? Else if you can give second condition, right? Profit is greater than 100, then some profit, and then you have else condition and then end, right? This is kind of if else condition you check, right? Typically in any programming. But in SQL we have case statement for that. We don't have if else in SQL. In PL SQL we have, but in SQL, pure SQL, there is no if else statement. We have case statement, which means, so this is how the structure is for case statement. Okay. So this is like you will put case, right? And there will be an end for every case. So case, and this is the end of case. In between, you can give multiple when conditions. When. So instead of if, we have when here. Okay, so this is the structure case and end. In between, you can give multiple when, and you can give one else. Okay, and let's try to put some conditions here. So what I want to do, I want to categorize profit. If profit is less than 100, I want to say low profit. So I want to create buckets, right? So I will say when profit is less than 100, then low profit, right? Second, when, let me just copy this. Is less than 200, 250 or I will say medium profit. Okay, and if it is less than 400, high profit. Else, I want to say it is very high profit. Right. So what I'm doing basically, I'm saying if the less than profit is less than 100, within 100, give it low profit. Less than 250, then medium profit. Less than 400, then high profit. Otherwise, very high profit. Okay, let's run this. Again, it is just a comma, and after that, this is a derivation of a new column, right? So it is starting with case, ending with n. So here is the ending, and then we can give alias, profit category. Okay. So we have the profit category, a new column, which will be based on this condition. Okay. So if you see, if it is less than 100, it is low profit. If it is less than 400, it is less than 250, it is medium profit, right? And that's how it is. Okay. Now, one important thing here is you will say that this profit is falling in this category also and this category also. Why not it is going here, right? Why it is a low profit? Why not it is a medium profit? Because it is satisfying this condition also, right? Profit less than 250. This is also profit less than 250. This is also profit less than 400, right? So here comes the very important concept in case statement. Case statements are always executed from top to bottom, right? So as soon as it satisfies the condition, it will stop. Otherwise, it will keep going, which means for the 41, it will first check the first condition. It is satisfying, yes, it will stop and give you low profit, right? Now for this one, 219, is this satisfying this condition? No. Then it will check the next condition. Is it satisfying? Yes. Then it will stop and give you the medium profit. And likewise. Okay. Now tell me, if I do this, what will happen? Will output be same or will it be different?
The first one will be the medium profit.
Right. So will we have some rows of low profit?
All the low profit rows will come in medium profit.
No,
Yeah.
Right. There won't be any low profit at all because everything will go here on the first condition. Right. So this is very important that you put conditions as you want. Right. So we have everything medium profit now. We have some high profits, which is fine because 305 is not falling in this, not in this, obviously, because not in this, and then it is coming here and saying high profit.
Why there is no low profit here?
Because low profit is less than 100, and anything less than 100 will satisfy the first condition itself, right?
Okay.
So it is executed top to bottom. So anything less than 100 will qualify here itself. So low profit will never be there.
Okay, just one thing. That means is it better if we put the, I mean, for this case, if we put that less than 400 on the top, less than 250 in the middle, and less than 100 on the bottom, something like that?
No, that will be a problem, right? If you put less than 400, then everything will fall in high profit, right? If I put this on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
That
So
situation, it will show
so
only two,
the
high
first
priority and
one,
very high priority.
yeah, this one is right. So we are starting from low in this case. Anything less than 100, go to low profit. If it is not less than 100, it is more than 100, then it will check the second. So basically it is giving me less than 100. This will give me between 100 and 250. And this will give me between 250 and 400. And anything above 400 will go here.
So,
Okay.
Ankit,
Yeah.
so this basically works similar to the execution of OR condition, right?
Right. So if
Okay.
OR condition, if first condition is satisfied, it doesn't check the second one because it is OR.
Yeah, got it.
Right. Here also it is top to bottom. Okay. Now, if you think this is confusing, you can even give full range. So instead of, let me put one more column. You can put a range. You can say profit is less than 200, or you can say profit greater than 100 and profit less than 250, right? Then medium profit. Similarly, when profit
We can use between operator also.
between operator also we can use. Between operator also we can use. The between X includes the boundaries. So we have to be careful, but yeah, that also works. So we can, so whatever you can use in where clause, you can use here, right? You can use functions, order date functions, whatever you can think of in where clause can be put in when condition also. So there's no limitation on what you can put in when. Whatever you put for filters, put here, it will work.
Ankit,
Right?
one question. Ankit, one question.
Yeah.
The statement we have written when profit is greater than 100 and profit is smaller than 250 right now. If there is 100 in the profit, then it will come in else condition, right?
Right. Ideally, I should put this. Yeah, but if I don't
yeah.
put, it will come in else condition. Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I am going to put greater equal to 250 and profit less than 400. Then high profit. Okay. Now in this case, I can swap the conditions. Doesn't matter because now I am giving the exact condition. So even if I put this will work because if it is less than 100, it won't qualify this, right? Because it has to be between 100 and 250. So this will work. There won't be any issue here. See, we are getting medium profit, low profit wherever we needed to get it. If you
Ankit, I
put
had a question.
yeah.
Ankit, I had a question. If I give when a profit is less than sorry greater than minus 100 and profit less than 0, then equals 0. Then equals loss. Is it would be the correct statement?
If profit
I
is
mean,
less than 0, yeah. Yes, right.
yeah,
So
minus
let's,
100 and minus 100 and 0. Would it be
yeah.
minus will be considered here?
Yeah, minus will be considered. I can give negative also. So I can simply say when profit, either we can say less than 0. That will be enough, right?
No, profit is greater than minus 100 and less than 0.
Yeah, that will also work. What if it is less than minus 100, minus 200? I can give it. There is no limitation as such what you can give, but logically you have to think. That's it. Okay.
Thanks. Thanks, Ankit.
Yeah. So if we look at this one, so if you see it is less than minus 100, so it is not going here, right? We have given between minus 100 to 0. So this is still going in low profit here, right? So if we look at some other negative, here it is going loss because this is between minus 100 and 0. Okay, so ideally I should just give profit less than 0. It means it is a loss.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so this case statement, again, we will be using a lot from your day-to-day work point of view and interview both, and very, very important also to drive lot of things. So make sure you understand it, practice some questions, and yeah, we have a weekend. So we will have doubts classes on Sunday or Saturday. What do you guys think? Let's do on Sunday if you want to do practice tomorrow more, and then we can have more
Yeah.
doubts right, on Sunday.
Yes,
better.
that's better. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sunday morning, 11 o'clock around should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Why to get up early on weekend?
Yes. Can be around 9 or 10, sir.
I'll try 10 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, sir. Fine.
Okay, so
Can you do 10:45 around, because I have some other stuff.
So we will have a session starting from 10 till 11, at least 1 or 2 hours it will go. So whatever time you can join and ask your doubt, right?
Sure.
Okay,
Ankit,
guys.
what is
Yeah.
the Ankit, last question, one last question. What is the difference between if else and case end? What do we find the difference? If else and case
Sorry,
else.
I'm not able to hear you. Go again.
Yeah, what is the difference between if else and case else? So we use here case and else,
Yeah.
right? If else,
In
then
SQL, we
use
don't have if else. If else is not there, so you have to use case when.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we going to take up the next topic, nested if loop? Nested if.
Sorry, nested loop.
Yeah.
You mean to say CT?
No, nested if else we heard of it, right? Nested if else.
So nested if else is if else, right? So here also we can give within when we can give one more case when. So we can say when, and then within this we can give one more case when inside a full case when. So that will become your nested one.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, case when, and you can give full statement again here. But you will not encounter these situations generally. Everything can be handled in normally using normal case when. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you for joining today. We'll see you all on Sunday. Okay. And if you have any doubts that if you cannot join the session on Sunday and you think I should discuss something, you can email me. I'll discuss that during the doubts classes. Okay.
There will be a recording for
One
the
last
doubt
thing.
sessions as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have the recordings on the portal for all the sessions, and doubt session also we will have recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doubt session will be a live session like this.
Yes.
Where do I get the link for that?
So on the portal only, I will add one more class. I will tell you where to go, and yeah, you can join from there.
Yeah, currently it's showing 6th December. It will be
I
on
will
Wednesday.
add one more doubt class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, Ankit.
Thanks, Ankit.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you.
Bye bye.